Hello guys, Steve Trowbridge here. So I just got done watching episode 4 of season 2 of Shadowhunters, and I'm here to do my usual review, week-to-week review. You guys get the idea. Oops, shit, camera was slipping. So some unexpected shit happened on this episode this week. Like, I was not expecting some of the stuff that happened. So I mean, there was a lot of shit that happened in this episode. It feels like So obviously I believe it was dead mundanes all over, and there's like a demon behind it, and they're trying to find like what kind of demon is behind all this shit. And eventually, that when they bring back a body into the institute, that demon the demon that I assume was killing those people is set loose in the institute. I'll get back to that in a minute though. Meanwhile, we got the whole subplot with the vampires. And Simon and the box that Simon had got, he's trying to get it open and everything, like he's throwing it everywhere, but he can't figure out how to get it open. And his mom calls, and she's trying to get him to come over for a family dinner, and he's kind of just like, he's trying to dodge it because obviously he's a vampire now, so he would have to either force eat the food or he would have to like excuse himself, or he'd be like he has to come up with some excuses. And he tries to say, oh, Raphael, just like he's really busy with the band and everything. And so that's going to be interesting how they play that out, because it's like, in City of Fallen Angels, either in City of Fallen Angels or City of Fallen Angels, or at the beginning of City of Lost Souls. I know when Simon eventually tells his mom that he's a vampire, she flips out and just goes nuts and kicks him out. So it's going to be interesting how that works out. And he does eventually tell his, spoiler alert, I guess people haven't read the books, but Simon does eventually tell his sister in City of Lost Souls, I believe, and his sister is just, it weirds her out a little bit, but she accepts him, which was pretty sweet in the books. It was a pretty sweet moment, but it's going to be interesting how that plays out. And then Alder Tree is just being a real dick, pretty much. Like, he brings Raphael into his office, and he's like torturing him with like this UV light that's supposed to be like as strong or stronger than like even the sunlight, which I think that's what he said. He's like putting X's on his face and like torturing him with the shit and trying to find out where Camille is, and obviously Raphael doesn't know where Camille is, because was having Simon trying to find him, but Simon couldn't find him. But yeah, so, and then eventually Raphael, I guess Alder Tree let him go because Raphael stumbles into Magnus's apartment, and he's all like mangled and everything, all these cuts on his faces, and then Magnus like is healing him with the magic shit that he does. But yeah, so then it's revealed that the box that Simon has actually contains Camille inside it. So Camille was hiding herself in that box the whole time. I forget specifically what they said was in the box. It was like ashes or something that she had herself in, or in a form of ashes or something. I don't know, but like eventually Raphael's like, well, the only way to open it is by her blood. So he like cuts Simon's hand and puts Simon's blood on the box, and it opens, obviously, because Simon does have because Simon is Camille's sire. So because Camille is the one that turned Camille is the one that turned Simon. So obviously that opened the box. And before that, they kind of had they had a confrontation, like, because Simon's like, you're threatening my mom and everything, and then they almost got into a fight, and Simon was called Raphael Scarface. It's weird because it's like, like he called Raphael Scarface, and then like in last season I remember he called Jace Captain America. So I just like it how they give him those lines. There's like he comes up with these like these like sarcastic remarks when he's getting heated and everything. It's funny. It's very Simon-esque though, I think, from the books. But so obviously Jace's trial is coming up. At the beginning of the episode, I completely forgot to talk about the beginning of the episode, but like Clary goes to see Jace in the City of Bones, and they kind of talk, and Jace is like, you have to stay away from me, because Valentine is just going to get to you two, and Clary is like, we can fight them together, and Jace is like, there's not going to be you and me, because obviously they still have feelings, even though they are brother and they have been revealed to be brother and sister. So they're trying to fight that, and Jace is trying to fight that. So one of the Silent Brothers escorts Clary out of the City of Bones, and Jace does eventually have his trial, and has the sword, the Mortal Sword, which obviously enables the Shadowhunters to tell the truth. And his trial is going on, and then eventually Aldertree is again being a huge dick. So he's like, oh, like, I hear that, you and your sister had a romantic relationship before you guys found out you were brother and sister. And he was like, yeah. And it's like, do you love your sister the way a brother does? And Jace is like, no, it's more than that. And it's like, so he gives Jace a life sentence, and I'm guessing it would have been a life sentence at either the City of Bones or Alicante or Idris, or Alicante, I think. But yeah, so that happened. And after the trial, later on, which this happened toward the end of the episode. It wasn't the very last scene, but it was exactly the scene from City of Ashes, like almost the exact same scene from City of Ashes. It was changed a little bit, but the scene in City of Ashes where Jace is in prison in the City of Bones, and Valentine comes, he kills the Silent Brothers, and then he like goes to Jace's prison cell and like tries to make a deal with him, like he'll break him out, if he'll go with Valentine. That was almost exactly like that scene from City of Ashes, which I appreciated. Obviously, it ended with they used Aldertree to open the cell, and Jace grabbed the sword and he started fighting the Valentine and then the Shadowhunters he brought with him, and most of them ended up getting killed. Like Aldertree's like, get the sword, get the Mortal Sword, but he instead decides to save Aldertree, which is more than he deserves. But yeah, whatever. Jace has to be the good guy. But yeah, so he saves Aldertree, and obviously Valentine goes through the portal and takes the Mortal Sword with him. And Dot was there too. Because Jace was going towards Valentine, but Dot like blast him off his feet or something, so I guess she's still on Valentine's side. So that happened, and I'm trying to... Oh, well, Camille, Magnus opened the box, took the ashes, threw them out, and brought Camille up. And Camille obviously wasn't happy about that, but she tried to, like, sweet-talk Magnus, and she tried to, like, because, obviously they're going to turn Camille in to the Clave, and she's trying to sweet-talk Magnus and everything. And earlier, Magnus had talked about how, like, in the 1870s in London, which was also kind of a callback to the books, because Magnus and Camille obviously did have a relationship, but Camille kind of broke Magnus's heart in the books, or when they were together. Like, she kind of just, like, pretty much just, like, was like, peace out, and just, like, dumped him, and, like, was, like, pretty terrible to him. But he talked about how, like, he was in a rough place, and, like, he was gonna basically jump off a cliff, and Camille was there to save him. So he feels kind of bad about turning her in, because he feels like, that she saved his life, and so he feels really guilty about turning her in, which is understandable. So there was that. I don't think there was that much of a struggle in the books with Camille. I don't think Magnus really struggled with it that much in the books, if I can remember correctly. And yeah, I know, someone commented on my last video and said that I had forgotten everything. I know, I understand that. The thing is that I'm an avid reader. I read multiple books at the same time, and I've got a lot to read, so it won't be easy for me to just go back and read the whole series, so I apologize if I can't remember anything correctly, but I'm pretty sure Magnus didn't go through this struggle, really, in the books. I think he was pretty much over Camille. But, yeah, we had that, and he puts her in a cage and, like, sends her off to, I'm guessing he sent her off to Alicante. But, so we had that. Camille got turned in, finally. So they found Camille. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Luke and Jocelyn had a scene earlier in the episode. Oh yeah, Jocelyn was going to take Clary to Idris, to show her and tell her about, where she came from, and, when she was raised, and, what she truly is. And Clary was thinking about it, but then she opted to stay there. And Clary and Isabel had a scene also, because they were hunting the demon, because earlier they were going to hunt the demon that was killing these people. I can't remember if it was Mundanes or type of Downwars. I can't remember, but I think it was Mundanes. But um, I could be incorrect on that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they were going to hunt a demon, and Alec obviously wasn't happy about bringing Clary with him, and he put her a rune on her that made her like have like X-ray vision, basically, kind of, where she would see the demons because like a certain color showed up or something. And they obviously found that that girl, and she'd been attacked by the demon, and apparently she had no memory or anything of what happened. That's what Alex said. So, but yeah, and then like she goes off with Isabel to try to track the demon because the demon is loose in the Institute. And Isabel's like, well, maybe you should just be thankful that you have a mom that's trying to make things right and actually wants to, you know, be with you. You know, she's just trying to tell Clary that you should just be thankful that you have a mom, you know, and just, which is true. So, and I like how Isabel's character is in season 2. I really like Isabel. I think they're really, I know I've said this, I've talked about this before, but they're really starting to make it feel like Isabel and not doing that weird Mulan type of stuff they were doing last season. So it's cool, you know, it's cool. But anyways, so then the really shocking part happens. Like, so this demon, it attacks Lydia. It possesses that Raj guy, and it attacks Lydia, breaks her arm. I think it was. It like broke her arm. Alec stops Raj from attacking Lydia, so they save Lydia. But then the demon eventually possesses Alec. And here's the thing that shocked me, because I was like, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. This can't be happening. The demon possessed Alec, and then Jocelyn got killed. Clary's mom, Jocelyn, got killed. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, when I first thought, I was like, wait a minute. Maybe it's a fear demon. Like, maybe it's like, you know, like in City of Ashes when Valentine had that fear demon on Jace, and it came in the form of, like, Clary being hurt. Maybe it's a fear demon. But no, Jocelyn was actually killed. And I was like, Jocelyn isn't dead. Like, Jocelyn is alive as we speak. I mean, obviously she's not a real character, but like in the book series, because Sandra Clare is obviously writing the new trilogy, The Lady Midnight, and the next one is coming out. I can't remember the title, but like, Jocelyn isn't dead. She's still alive. She never died, but like, okay. I mean, like, it didn't happen in the books, but I mean, I guess at least that gives it sort of an unpredictability in the show, I guess. But still, that didn't happen. So I don't know how they're gonna. They played previews for the next episode about Clary wanting to bring her back from the dead. So I guess that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But obviously, at the end of the episode, and she texted Simon, and she's just in shock. It was really sad. It was sad. She's in shock, and Simon goes, you know, Jace is gonna go over there, but then Simon gets over to her first, and then Jace is kind of just staring, and then he just goes to because it possessed Isabel and tried to attack. It attacked Alec and Clary. But Clary went up and stabbed Isabel, not like directly in the back, but like it looked like it was like in the shoulder blade or in the shoulder or something or somewhere in there, not to where it like would kill her, just to injure her so the demon could get out. And then Clary sliced the demon and killed it, which she hasn't had a whole lot of training, but whatever. So she got rid of the demon, but like afterwards she just like sat down. She just had like a blank face. I can't do it very well, but like she was in shock. It was clear she was in shock, and she's just like really devastated, which made sense. So I'm shocked that they killed off Jocelyn, but I don't know. I guess it's something unexpected at least. So I guess that's kind of cool, but still, I don't know. But yeah, so we got that whole thing with Simon and Clary. I'm wondering if they're going to get together like they did in City of Ashes for a little bit, and then Jace obviously still has feelings for Clary, but they're siblings, so they can't really pursue that right now. But yeah, so I think that's about everything that happened. If I missed anything, I apologize. Please tell me if I missed anything in the comments. Overall, not a bad episode. It was kind of chaotic, but it was good. It was good. I'd say thumbs up. I'd say like 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Not a bad episode. But yeah, so that's it for this review. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Like, subscribe if you want to. And that will be it for this one. So have a good day or night, whatever time of day it is where you're at, and Peace. See you next week.